Hello, everyone! I'm Chester44, and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish, the Conqueror! Last episode, we went and explored the strange Refuge of the Stone, a mysterious place which allowed us to have a dream which, surprisingly, was a dream of us on the throne. It also offered us the ability to teleport between other locations, but we chose not to partake in that. We still have to finish the Vol. Now, I think we'll make our way towards Thablin. That is basically the direction we're told to go, so let's go. We have to head over to the gates over here. Hopefully, they'll let us through. Yes, we should have free passage. The Thablin Gates. A single major pass leads through the high, jagged peaks that run along the west coast. This pass is the main route to Thablin, the capital of the Vol. The pass is blocked by a huge fortification reminiscent of the Vol Gates. High walls, massive steel gates, archers on every parapet. You can see why the rebellion is stretched on. Until someone can break the defenses of this fortress, an incredibly difficult task, the Owen will never be able to defeat their former masters. Yes, I imagined. The coast of the Vol is separated from the central desert by an enormous range of jagged mountains. There are only two proper passes through these peaks. This is one of them. A wide variety of travelers flow through. Vol merchants, refugees, traders from other lands. A narrow passage leads between two tall towers. Vol warriors are gathered at the top and multiple ballistas are aimed at you. One shouts, "Armed warriors get special attention. Go in and see the commander." Okay then. So I guess we have to go in and see the commander then. Fair enough. You begin to sense that you are nearing a more dangerous region of the Vol. Near the capital, the foes are likely to be better armed and more challenging. You wonder if it might be wise to return later. You know what? I think I am. I think I am going to do that. As I had said previously... Yes, shut up. I'm just going to uncover the area to the south. No, I already have. As I said previously, because of how these things had been divided up, it looked, to me, like the specific design was that you had this area here, and this area here, with these passes basically dividing everything up. And that you were supposed to complete 1, 2, 3, and then come back for 1, 2, 3. It's even suggesting that here with the creatures in the further area should be more dangerous. Maybe you should come back later. And you know what? I think I will. I definitely think that I will do just that. Besides, I need more iron. I am really getting hamstrung by the lack of it here. So, instead of doing this, I'm just going to take a look down here just so I can try and uncover this. I'm going to head... Oh, and we're fighting things. Okay, sure. We're fighting Volo and rebels. And that one's an archer. 2 archers. Wonderful. 3 archers. 4 archers. Oh, that's a lot of archers. I don't really care for that. Five archers. There's a lot of archers here. Definitely use a fireball here. Blow them all up. They're all breaking out bows. Well, that one's coming closer at least. Of course, evaded. Ow. This is actually very bad. And we lost someone. This is exceptionally bad. We killed one, but they're doing so much damage to us. The fact they all switched to bows is really bad. Not to mention the fact they're all using I'm gonna have to reload here, aren't I? You know what? Definitely do a healing. Elspeth needs it. I should have done a whirlwind attack. That killed one of them at least. Here goes another. There goes another. How about one of these? Thank you. Oh, bleeding! That helps. Brutal blow. Oh, that's perfect. 2 more to deal with. Oh, come on. We're definitely gonna kill them. There goes that one. Just gotta finish this off. There we go. You search the Owen warriors. You don't find any interesting information or artifacts. They're just humble warriors of the rebellion. You find some money, at least. Oh, that's... These are a few humble plots of farmland around the oases, trying to eke out a bit more food to keep the settlements around here functional. You meet a few of the locals, harmless folk trying to stay safe in a time of war. Surprisingly, they seem to have heard of you. They wave as you pass. You have a good reputation in the Owen lands. You have discovered Smoky Peaks. Well, I'm not going to go in because I'm pretty sure that's going to teleport us. So let's teleport back to Fort Haven. Recover. And we got a Haven report. Yep, we got no more Quicksilver, 1 more iron. We got plenty more stone that basically brought us to max again, and we got more wood. Now that I think about it, we should probably head up and recover that iron that I've been waiting for. Now that I think about it, what am I going to need? You know what, yeah. Iron, I think, is what we still need more of. I mean, I can put in the requests. No materials arrived yet? Yes! And I would need more iron. Export supplies. And I am exporting stone. 9 stone. Oh, I didn't realize I had put in a request for Quicksilver the last time. Well, that's no big deal. Alright, that done. Everything is done here. And you know what? Quick travel, just to make it quicker to get there. Alright. Over here is the next place we're gonna go to. We're gonna head into the Ukat territories. That's where we were directed anyway. Alright, let's see what we have here. The Mire Fangs. This is the main road from the Haven colony to Ukatish lands. It passes through the Mire Fangs, a series of sharp stone spires sticking up out of the mud. A raised stretch of dirt spans the marsh, but it is blocked by a series of towers built between the fangs. There was once a Haven outpost here, guarding your end of the passage and providing services to caravans passing through. Now it is the headquarters of the West Battalion, one of the 3 main forces your mother sent to retake Sacramentum. This place is full of activity. Soldiers are repairing the roads and erecting tents. When you arrive, all who see you stop and kneel. There's sure to be a commander here, ready for your orders. Well, we've gone out of the desert and into the swamp. That's a huge change. All hail Haven. The commander must be in here. Let's see. Ewan Barnett. A large assortment of new arms and armor fresh from Haven are arrayed before you. A young man, a newly minted soldier also fresh from Haven, watches over them. He snaps to attention. Quartermaster Ewan Barnett, ready to report. Let's hear you report. I'm sorry, Prince. The General ordered that nobody is to report until he's done with you. I mean, met with you. Helped you. Sorry. I mean, sorry, Prince. Alright, alright. And that's a sage, so they'll probably not be willing to talk. So let's go speak with the general first. If we must speak with the general first. As you pass through the busy camp, you spot the officer in charge. He is sitting by the fire to the north, reading reports and shouting orders. He is young for a general, blond, jolly, and loud. When he sees you approach, he nods to you and sets his papers aside. He's been waiting for you. General Ajax. The towers and the mire fangs fell into disuse long ago. To aid passage through this area, a long, rickety bridge was built over this stretch of water. With little travel entered the Ukat in Haven's absence crossed it. However, recently, a long section of the middle of the bridge was removed. Perhaps the Ukatish have already heard of Haven's return, and the news does not please them. Possible. We've got a gate here. Curious. Alright. Let us go speak. You meet a general of the Haven army. He is young, blond, dashing, and handsome. Reminds you of Sutter. He isn't holed up in the stone hall. He is out here by the fire, watching over his soldiers personally. When you approach, he rises and then kneels. Prince, I am General Ajax. I am honored that you have brought us here, and we are eager to act. You wait for him to rise from the Ukatish mud. He doesn't. I am ready to report. There's no need to be so formal. The general keeps his gaze on the ground. I have heard that you are a more informal prince. I am a general, though, and there are ways and forms that must be obeyed. All right, go ahead and report, General. He stands. With pleasure. Our journey over the sea went well, better than expected. The 5th Army, 6th Battalion, informally called the West Battalion, is at full strength. 300 soldiers with full magical and artillery support. Some are camped here. Others are securing nearby land. We are at your service. I am here to receive your orders and to give guidance if wanted. I'd like to know more about you. The general grins. I would be honored, especially as we'll be working together. This is my first mission as a general, actually. I was so thrilled to get the promotion. Then I found out I was only getting a battalion. Then I found out the job. I couldn't be more pleased. Why is a general commanding a mere battalion? Because this job is important enough to require someone of my rank, but it wasn't possible to get a full army here. Don't worry, I could not be more happy with these men and women, volunteers all. We're ready for a grand adventure. Who selected you to aid me? Your brother, actually. Prince Sutter personally selected me, briefed me, described you, gave a lot of useful advice. It is my first command as general, so I am grateful. You wonder what Sutter said. You're sure that Ajax wouldn't tell the truth if you asked. What is your past experience? 3 campaigns against rebellious vassals, 2 with full engagement, 4 decorations in battle, no losses, and no retreats. I'm no feckless son of a noble prince. I know how to deal with reprobates. What is your opinion of the Ukatish? Ugh, they're dirty, they smell. Not their fault, just the way of the land. It leads people to underestimate them. Don't. They aren't well trained, but their weapons are excellent, and their unending hate drives them to great courage. Could the Ukatish beat us in a war? Never, as long as we're careful. Once we can defend instead of attack, their barbed spears can do nothing against a good, disciplined battle line. How would you handle an assault on them? Their swamps will be very difficult to invade. I wouldn't take one step into that mess until we have allies inside. We can't hold their lands by ourselves, but we can easily help one of their clans take over. What is the status of the West Battalion? We are at full strength. Our numbers are around 300. At this point, we have no concerns. There's no need for concern. Is there anything I can do for you? General Ajax shrugs. It's not your job to serve us. We're here to help you. Are you worried about being attacked? No. They have long memories, the Ukatish. They know that as long as we are attacked by an Ukatish force of less than 4,000, we should be fine. You're that confident in your troops. These are fine Haven soldiers, best in the known world, best equipment, best training, high morale, solid organization, our whole empire is built on the backs of such as these. The soldiers cheer. The only thing that worries us is disease. That is the way Ukatish lands kill. Fortunately, we learned a lot from our previous time here. I'll keep them in fighting shape. What if I ordered you to attack the Ukatish? Ah, your older brother was quite clear on that point. I'm supposed to use my own judgment to some extent. I won't send our battalion into a suicide mission in the swamps. To go fight, we first need allies in Ukat lands. Getting those is your job. You offer me guidance. I am young and but a humble general, yet I have some power, and Prince Sutter thought I had good judgment. There are only 4 people in Haven I answer to. Their names are Sharon, Delia, Sutter, and Rupert. If you want to make this vassal state pay what it owes us, I can provide advice. Give me your advice, please. Ajax looks behind him at the sharp stone spires emerging from the mire. When we arrived, the Ukatish closed their gates to us. Chic. You'll need to pass through those 3 towers and make contact with our vassals. How do I enter the towers? My mages will have those gates open soon. Then you can pass through. I don't think you will be on the other side long before the Ukatish send envoys. What is the situation in the towers? I think there are mirelings, snakes, other pests. Nothing to concern warriors of Haven. Sutter assured me that he would be fully equipped to handle the threats. Of course he did. Wait, I have to fight through? Me? What are all these soldiers for? I'm sorry, Prince. Your older brother was most clear. None of my soldiers set foot in the Ukat until you have made allies for us to support. Very well, then. There is an explosion to the north. A pair of Haven wizards have unleashed a formidable wave of fire. Moments later, the iron gates fly out of their frame. The wizards walk off happily, satisfied with a job well done. The way into the Mire Fangs, and thus Ukatish lands, is open. And that's a path we'll have to take. But first, let's speak with those in here. First, Ewan Barnett. Quartermaster Ewan Barnett. I'd like to hear your report. All supplies are here and accounted for. The West Battalion is fully equipped. You wait for more. Apparently that's it. Ewan stands stock straight, ready for whatever comes. I could use some supplies. Of course. Please, take what you want, Prince. You look the stuff over. It's all fine, but nothing is better than what you were initially equipped with. Tell me about yourself. This is my first expedition, Prince. I only worked in warehouses and docks before, in safe lands, dealing with properly obedient vassals. Not like this, Prince. He's getting nervous as he talks. Why so nervous? His voice slowly grows louder and more unsteady. I am not used to talking with a prince, Prince. Not what I am used to. The frontier takes a little adjustment. This your first time facing battle? It is. He pats the sword on his belt. I am trained and ready to fight like a true soldier of Haven. It's what I volunteered for. Why did you volunteer? I am a soldier. Fighting is my purpose. I don't want all those years of training to never see use, even if it is a little risky. I know I'm only a quartermaster. When an attack comes, I'll be out at the battle line like everyone else, Prince. Please, calm down. You'll make everyone nervous. Yes, Prince, I'll calm down, Prince. He then proceeds to utterly fail to calm down. You're not afraid of getting killed? Of course, but we all have to die sometime, Prince. What does this fort need? Nothing from you, Prince. The Queen provided us with everything we need. We don't need to take up your valuable time, Prince. But if you were to want your supply caravans to not be bothered, there are things that could be done that we can't do. Speak freely, soldier. Yes, Prince. To the southwest is an abandoned Ukatish town. Gellam, it's called. It's full of mirelings. If there is trade, they'll bother it. Steal our goods, you know? The general can't drive them out, but you might know someone who can. What are mirelings? Some sort of horrible sacramentum thing. A mix of wolf and human. We saw them on the way here. Mindless, violent, and hungry. Very, very creepy. What should I do with the mirelings? If you can find a way to talk to them, you might be able to convince them to leave. At least that's what Sage Bayarma says. But she's an optimist. I don't think that's possible. Alright. Thank you for your time, Ellen. And now the Sage. Let's see. Oh. Tactical advice, fire and steel. In the warfare of the known lands, there are most often 2 ways to slay foes. With physical damage, swords and bows, and magical damage, spells and wands. Physical armor, like chainmail and shields, is far more effective at protecting against physical attacks. Enchanted armor, like the robes and cowls favored by mages, does more to shield against magical attacks. When equipping warriors of Haven, take note of the different attacks favored by your vassals. For example, the Vol and Ukatish are far more likely to use physical weapons. The Ariel specialize in magical attacks. Treaty of Vassalage between Haven and the Ukatish, year 457. Here is outlined the vassalage contract between the mighty Empire of Haven and the humble Ukatish, between King Kale of Haven and Queen Tria the 37th of the Ukat. Haven declares that the Ukatish are a full vassal with all protections included. An attack on the Ukatish is an attack on us. Thieves and raiders in the Ukat are an offense to Haven and will be removed. Full trade between our powers is guaranteed. In return, the Ukatish grants Haven full movement in their territories and full consultation on any political matters. Land for 2 forts will be provided for Haven, and the Ukatish will protect the security of these lands. All crimes committed by Havenites will be judged by Havenites. Crimes of the Ukatish will be judged by Haven if Haven expresses a wish for this in a reasonable amount of time. This agreement will last as long as Haven and the Ukat exist as independent peoples. So agreed in sacred bond by both parties in the year 457. Early days of the Ukatish. The deep, dark fens and marshes of northwest Sacramentum are the home of the Ukatish. These swamp folk were, for many centuries, held with contempt by the rest of Sacramentum. They were seen as dirty, simple, and uncultured. The Vol enslaved them. The arrogant Ariel regarded them as beneath contempt, sometimes even hunting them for sport. Then, centuries ago, the Ukatish learned how to forge iron using peat from their bogs and the rich ores of their lands to make fine weapons. Vicious weapons. The swamp folk used their barbed, folded iron spears to good effect, making sure that the other nations of Sacramentum never assaulted them again. Okay then, well, let's talk with the sage. The West Battalion, as expected, has a sage, someone who can read and write, who keeps records, possesses intelligence, and records the history of the battalion. This battalion hasn't always been called the West Battalion, and it has many decades of service. What does surprise you, however, is that the sage is an elderly Ukatish woman. When you approach, she doesn't say anything. She simply sets down her pen and stares up at you. Hello. Something about the way you said that satisfied her. She rises and, with difficulty, kneels. When she rises, she says, "I am Sage by Arma, Prince. You have returned, and I resume my duties." What is your job here? It is what it long has been. I am a sage for Haven, as I was for your mother before she fled. I keep records, and I advise your kind about the Ukatish. You have served for decades. Yes, Prince. I even saw your mother when she visited. She was much younger then. I swore service. When you were gone, I couldn't serve, but the oath remained. Tell me about these books. There is information about the Ukatish. You know little of our ways, I am sure. They will help you. There is also a copy of your treaty with my people. The reason we are all here, I suppose. You should see the piece of paper you are risking your life to enforce. What information do you have here? Little that would concern you. Besides what is in the books, the records of soldiers, supplies, bits of history from when you were here before. It is still all in disarray. I knew it would be. That is why, when I heard the battalion had come, I came quickly. Why did you return? I was bound by oath. I did not become a sage of Haven without swearing loyalty. Did you want to return? I have seen how the Ukatish fared since your kind left. Many think it was better. I am not sure. I think you can benefit my clan. More than that, I won't say. At least tell me what clan you are from. The Brock clan. In this fort, however, I am not of a clan. I am of Haven. Sage Bayarma reluctantly talks to you while cleaning up this old ruin of a library. She constantly mutters angry words about the disrepair it was allowed to fall into. I'd like to know more about the Ukatish. You will learn much when you travel our lands, I am sure. We are an old, proud people, strong and fierce. Our land makes us so. To deal with us, I can tell you of our lives, our leaders, our skills, and our pride. Your lives. It is hard. The swamp leaves us always cold, often sick. Our lives are harsh. Too often they are short. Disease is common. Because we are swamp folk, others mock us. We remember every insult, and we will pay them back. Your leaders. We are not a unified land. We have many clans. They are proud, and they are as likely to have grudges against each other as against the other people of Sacramento. Our king in the home warren settles disputes against them and unites them against outsiders. It was the king who tore up our treaty with you. It is the home warren who can restore it. Interesting. Your skills. Besides survival, we work iron. The iron from our mines and bogs is truly fine. Nobody knows why. It is just that way. We make truly fine armor and vicious, brutal weapons. That is why the Queen wants us back. Even among all the great artisans of Haven, our skills are unique. Your pride. We survive so much, the Ukatish. We achieve so much despite so much suffering. Our people are as old and proud as any of Sacramento. Yet because of mildew and mud, they mock us, raid us, sometimes even take us away. We remember every insult. We cherish our hate for them. We will make them pay. Do you want anything from me? No, Prince. I have that much of the spirit of Haven in me. I will not make requests of royalty. I know what some Ukatish hope for, though. Those who want Haven to return, they want favored status. Favored status? Sometimes Haven selects one people in a region who are a more valued vassal. They get better treatment, better trade. They are trusted to be most loyal when there are troubles. Queen Sharon made the Vol her favored vassal. It does not have to be that way. You can change it. How un-Ukatish of you not asking me to favor your clan. She smiles at your goading. I will merely point out that I, Bayama of the Brock clan, remain loyal to my oath to Haven, while King Borgin did not. If you are anything like your mother, you will do what is best for Haven. That's all for now. Thank you. Alright, interesting. Well, we have our way to go in. Also, I just realized I forgot there was some searching I need to do over here. We'll do it when we go back to the wall. So we have something we'll need to do when we go into the Gillum Ruins, but for now we need to make our way through the Mirefangs here. We'll probably be led to Nakala, this town over here, and then go to our fort. We might clear out the Gillum Ruins as well, but for the most part that's our goal. Go to Nakala, get to the fort, and then clear out everything we can in the Ukat territory up to this pass. We still need to clear out the Mirefangs, but before we do that, I think I'm going to end this episode here because it's gone on about long enough. Okay. From the dusty, stone-filled lands of the Vol to the swampy, metal-filled lands of the Ukat. This is going to be very interesting, I am sure. Next episode, we'll head in. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Rupert, Elspeth, Terrence, and Patricia. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish the Conqueror. And I shall see you all next time.